Remember we said those particles are buoyant, they're so light that they get carried all the way deep into the lung. They're phagocytized, they can be picked up by the lymphatics, and Big Orange carries them to the lymph nodes. And it can cause lymphadenopathy. See how the hilar areas are big? Hilar areas are too big, and it's bilateral. And when hilar areas are big bilaterally, there's basically two main things that do that. What are they? Blood vessels, lymph nodes. Blood vessels are not lumpy though. Lymph nodes are lumpy, aren't they? That's the way we remember it. Lumpy lymph nodes. If it looks lumpy, kind of scalloped and lumpy looking, it's lymph nodes. And some of these look very faintly like they may be calcified. We can almost kind of get a bit of a ring shape to these. Some of these here have a bit of a ring look to them. And there's also, wouldn't you say the lungs look like miliary nodules? These are not normal lungs. Very faint, bilateral. This is kind of somewhere in between our early and intermediate.
What's that density near the gastric air bubble?
Right in here.
Yeah. Yes.
This is actually in the spleen,
Oh.
and that's contrast material in the spleen. They, decades ago, they used a vascular contrast material called thorotrast. And it's no longer used because it was slightly radioactive. And it got stored in places like the liver and lymph nodes and spleen. And over decades of time, it actually could cause malignancies in those organs. So thorotrast hasn't been used for decades. Long time. It was really used back in the mid-1900s, last century. But that's what that is. And it's very bright, isn't it? Very bright looking. That's thorotrast. This is another silicosis example with some lymph nodes. Would you say the aorta looks a little prominent?
Yeah.
Yeah. But we have to be careful. It could be a tortuous aorta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We may not be quite at full inspiration, which can make the aorta look a little prominent. So we have to be a little bit careful, but it may be a tortuous aorta. Yeah. Another nice silicosis. Here's another nice bronchiectasis